Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling, a new revolutionary force in wrestling YouTube videos.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another episode on Eric Bischoffs' brand of the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Pick Fed. Tonight, we have a lot going on for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but let's take a look at some footage from earlier today with Eric Bischoff.
What do you mean you can't find the House of Black anywhere? They can't just disappear. I always knew the goth weirdos shouldn't be trusted. I mean, look at that traitor Sting. I gave that man everything in TNA and WCW. And he just up and split for Theodore Long's Work Hours brand. Look how well that's working out for him. He just lost the assist of Mr. Wyatt, who I'm hoping isn't here tonight, since him and his band of, well, again, goth weirdos aren't signed. A free agency means they can end up here, which I'm okay with for the ratings, but not the well-being of myself. If the House of Black wants to split to work more and tell stories less, then by all means, bon voyage. I'll go take care of this. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we were supposed to have another qualifying match for the Tapped Out Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships. But since one of the teams magically disappeared and had to pull out, we now have to look forward into who will be next in line. So tonight, not only will two of the teams from the original qualifier enter this match, but also the original teams from the match where the House of Black won. Whichever team wins this over-the-top rope tag team battle royal will be the new Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Welcome to my show here tonight. I'm glad you all decided to tune in. Get ready for some car crash exciting. Tap that subscribe. It's going to create high ratings.
Oh, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I wonder where the House of Black could be. I guess the House of Black are nowhere to be found. Ladies and gentlemen, last episode, they won a qualifying match to fight for the Tag Team Championships, but now, later tonight, we're just going to have a big old over-the-top rope battle royal for those titles, and that's going to be pretty exciting. But folks, coming out right now, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and on the last episode, this man went one-on-one with Psycho Sid for the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling World Championship. Ravishing Rick Rude at the beginning of the last episode did, in fact, tell Eric Bischoff that he was going to get involved somehow, some way with the world title match. And that, in fact, he did do. He went and he got involved. He interfered, he attacked Cody Rhodes, and basically just gave Psycho Sid the win on a silver platter. Now Psycho Sid, of course, our new Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling World Champion, and Cody Rhodes cannot be too happy about that. But folks, let's hear what Cody Rhodes has to say to the people here tonight.
So, what do you want to talk about? Well, I know exactly what I want to talk about. The controversy that happened last week between myself and Ravishing Rick Rude. I was fingertips away from putting Sid away and becoming the world championship. But if it wasn't for Rick Rude and Mr. Perfect, we wouldn't have been in the situation that we are now in with this tyrant as the world champion. We have to do something about this as a group, but I know you just won't team up with me. So now I have to take it to you, Ravishing Rick Rude. I know you're somewhere in this building. I want you to come out here right now so we can settle this. I should have known that somebody like you is a gutless coward. Well, it doesn't matter anyway, because I'm going to get my hands on you one way or another. I'm going to go talk to Eric Bischoff right now about this.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Cody Rhodes not happy about... Wait a second! The Nature Boy! The Nature Boy! Ric Flair is in the building! Folks, I was about to say, Cody Rhodes none too happy about what happened on the last episode, but now The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, what's he coming out here for? What business does this man have with the American Nightmare? I mean, really none. Cody Rhodes was expecting ravishing Rick Rude, but a different Rick came out here. Ric Flair, he has nothing to do with Cody Rhodes. I don't even know why he's out here, folks, but I guess he's going to let us know that. I really do hope that Cody Rhodes gets that championship opportunity. He deserves it after being screwed last week by ravishing Rick Rude. It would be a damn shame if Cody Rhodes was not the next in line.
Cody, before anything else, I just want to let you know I love your father and he'll forever be a legend in my heart. To the way you disrespected his name by losing to that Psycho Sid on the last episode is disgraceful to the Rhodes name. I just can't believe your father was the man who fought off all of the four horsemen multiple times in matches against myself. But you couldn't handle ravishing Rick Rude. And if you think for a second you're going to try to come out here to get a rematch, get in the back of the line. When Mr. Bischoff signed my contract, a future world title match was included. Whenever I want.
Rick, you really think it gets under my skin what you say about my family? Words can only do so much. But taking an opportunity away from me? Now that's different. If that's what you're trying to do, then forget it, because I'm next in line.
Take an opportunity away from you? Oh, no. I'm gonna do what you couldn't. I'm gonna beat Psycho Sid for that world championship. And when I win that championship, I'm gonna hand that championship to your father.
Woo! Woo! I think I can kind of see. Ladies, oh my God, man. Can it get any crazier than it has? Ladies and gentlemen, the immortal, the real American, Hulk Hogan. Every time I try to explain myself, somebody else comes out. Man, Hulk Hogan coming out here, folks. As I was saying a second ago, Ric Flair is looking to do what John Cena was just recently able to do and get that 17th championship win. I don't know, Ric Flair cannot be too happy about having that man tie the score, or I guess beat him in that record. But ladies and gentlemen, Hulk Hogan is here, and he doesn't look none too happy. I mean, I have no idea. This is a guy who's been fighting with Ric Flair for years, so I'm guessing by the sound of it, he's just not too happy about what Ric Flair had to say. Hulk Hogan coming out here now. Folks, I have no idea what this is about.
Well, let me tell you something, dude. I was originally coming out here to tell my man Coach Turret that if he needed a brother to have his back against Rude and Perfect, I'm one call away, Jack. But since you had to come out here yapping your gums off, dude, now my focus is back on my old foe, my most arch enemy, dude. Somebody who, no matter how far I run, his smelly, rich, snobby self follows me. Flair, if you want to take Cody's spot away, dude, you'll have to go through American Mate to get to the American Nightmare, brother. Then, when Cody beats Sid, I'm sure he'll repay the favor and give me the first shot at his title.
Of course, Hogan, trying to keep the young man down yet again. Well, Hogan, old men dying, young men dreaming. I want to wrestle the best of today for this title, not who I've already faced in the past.
You know he's right. Hogan, you want to come out here and take this from me. Just like Flair does. Don't try to fool these people. But more importantly, don't try to fool me. Just know I don't need you. I won't need you, and I'll never need you. Stay out of my business, Hogan, because I can't look good in polka dots like my dad. And Flair, fine. If you're really looking for this opportunity, I'll go ask Eric Bischoff, not for a title match against Sid, but a #1 contender match against the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Oh, and not next week, not at the next mega event, not a few months from now. Right here tonight. I'm sure he'll love that idea.
Jeez, the animosity is high between these three men, folks. Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and Cody Rhodes. Cody believes that Hogan is just trying to take his spot, which, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. That's the kind of guy Hogan is. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the TOTPW Wrestling World Championship. Introducing first from West Memphis, Arkansas, weighing 313 pounds, Psycho Sid. From Marietta, Georgia, weighing 223 pounds, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
This is where the American Nightmare gets received for, but Rhodes able to fight back. Rhodes now taking Psycho Sid to the outside as he goes off the ropes, and look at this, suicide dive through the ropes, but Sid caught him, choke slam on the floor, no! Ducks the line there from Psycho Sid, but gets caught with the boot, sending him over the top rope. And this is where he's had him pretty much throughout the entire match. And look at this. Oh my God, back body drop there. And a leg drop. But look at Rhodes fighting back. Finally. Oh, look at with the bionic elbow. And a springboard off the ropes. Disaster kick to Psycho Sid. Could we see it? No. Cody Rhodes was trying to go for that Cody cutter, but Sid pushed him to the outside. But now look at this, Rhodes, right back, Cody cutter there. Oh, wait a second. I thought he would have went for a crossroads, but vertebreaker to Psycho Sid. Big man should not be landing on his neck like that. And look at the double underhook here, bam. Oh my God. That was so close there for Cody. Cody went for that J driller, but Sid rolled to the outside. But no, Sid lifting Rhodes all the way up and just tossing him at the referee. And Rhodes lands on his feet. Crossroads incoming, here it comes. But wait a second. Mr. Perfect. Rick Rude said he was going to get involved one way or another. And here it is. We should have known, Rude awakening. And now Psycho Sid looking to seal the deal with that power bomb to Cody Rhodes. 1, 2, and the master and the ruler of the universe is now the first ever world champion here in Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling. Especially in the way that he just defeated Cody Rhodes with the help of ravishing Rick Rude. Something has to be done about this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Pick-Fed Eric Bischoffs episode. As you can see, the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships are in fact about to be on the line. As you saw earlier in the night, the House of Black are nowhere to be found. That team did in fact win a qualifying match for a Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championship opportunity. But now, obviously, as you saw earlier tonight, they are nowhere to be found. And we have to have this over-the-top rope battle royal to decide who's going to be the new tag team champions. We can't just insert a team there. I mean, come on now. What Eric Bischoff decided to do was he took the men who were in that original qualifying match and took the men who were going to be in the next qualifying match and put them all in this tag team over-the-top rope battle royal. And I gotta be honest, guys, this might be the team to take it. How can you beat two monsters like Big Van Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow? These guys are insane. Not only that, how can you beat these monsters, but how can you beat these monsters with a guy like Harley Race in their corner? I mean, this guy has so much professional wrestling knowledge. Just having that, oh my God, with these mastodons, with these beasts of men, that can't be good for any tag team here in Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling. As these men, my God, just take a look at these beasts. I don't even want to call them human beings. I just want to call them monsters, because that's what they are. As you can see, MSK, A-Town Down Under, DIY, Rated RKO, and of course the Awesome Truth, who are the first team to be eliminated, are in this match here. As now Zachary Wentz with that jumping knee to Vader. But he gets caught with that step up enziguri by Bam Bam. Wes Lee tried catching him with that double stomp there. But now look at these shots on Vader as he's trying anything here, but he gets eliminated as well. And folks, all it takes is one member of a tag team to be eliminated from this match. As now A-Town Down Under are trying to get a hold of Bam Bam Bigelow here. Irish whip into Grayson Waller. Bam Bam Bigelow just tearing through both men. My God, this is exactly what I was talking about here. As now Bam Bam has the upper hand as he grabs Austin Theory. Oh no, and look at this. Greetings from Asbury Park. Disgusting there from Bam Bam Bigelow. As now, look at Bam Bam gets caught with a spear by Edge. And now by the looks of it, the only team that I thought would get the upper hand, oh my gosh, didn't quite get the upper hand long. I was gonna say, I assumed they would be the ones to get Vader and Bam Bam, but no, look at DIY taking it to Vader now. Yeah, I really thought if it wasn't gonna be Bam Bam and Vader, Rated RKO were gonna be the hardest guys to get through in this match, but I gotta be honest, Vader and Bam Bam have been dominating. As look at this, Bam Bam with Gargano now. Oh no, powerbomb over the top rope and out to the floor. Like I was saying, only one member of a team needs to be eliminated, but I don't think Bam Bam cares, as now Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano have been thrown over the top rope. And look at that there, Bam Bam Bigelow taking Theory down, and oh no, he's just getting him set up for what Vader has in store next. Big Van Vader looking for a Vader. Bomb down onto Austin Theory, my God. Just destroying the insides of A-Town Down and tossing him over the top rope. So there goes A-Town Down Under, and we now have two teams left in this tag team match. Rated RKO, Vader and Bam Bam. And look at Randy trying to eliminate Bam Bam Bigelow here. Randy Orton trying to throw Bam Bam Bigelow over the top rope. Can he get the job done? I don't believe so, as Vader trying to get Randy, and he gets him over the top rope. And now Edge catches Vader off guard there. And now, oh no, look at Bam Bam and Randy, both men on the apron here. Not a place you want to be. Randy Orton goes up to Bam Bam, but he gets caught. Oh my God, no! Greetings from Asbury Park. No, my God. What was that? It happened so fast I couldn't even call it. Folks, Bam Bam hit that greetings from Asbury Park on the apron there. And as he was hitting that, Vader eliminated Edge by powerbombing him over the top rope. And folks, now, as I was saying, Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow are your brand new and first ever Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. My God, with Sid as our world champion and these two men as our tag team champions, I mean, realistically, are we ever going to see new champions? It's got to be tough, because how could you get past these monsters? My God. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this over-the-top rope battle royal for the Tapped Out Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the open invitational for the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling United States Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time, the immortal Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, tonight, you came out to explain to Cody Rhodes that you would have his back at any time he needed you, and Cody Rhodes turned that down. How do you feel knowing that Cody Rhodes doesn't want you to have his back?
Well, let me tell you something, Bryce. I could understand with my track record why Cody would feel the way he does do, but I just want Cody and the world to know I'm here to take the back seat to the young brothers like Jack. I'm here to watch the future stars fight and tap out to pro wrestling, and that's what that greedy meanie, little rich sleazy Ric Flair should be doing too. Ever since John Cena broke that world record of his dude, he snapped, and more than usual at that. So even if Cody Rhodes wants me to have his back or not, I'll be there for you, because he should thrive just like his father in his prime. So Ric Flair, if you are to use some tactic to cheat in this match, dude, I just want one saying to replay in your mind, over and over again. And no, it's not to be the man. You gotta beat the man.
What you gonna do, Ric Flair?
when Hulkamania runs wild on you.
Well, Mr. Hogan, thank you for joining me, and I can't wait to see the match between Ric Flair and Cody Rhodes later tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Pick-Fed Eric Bischoffs episode. Right now, we are going to have the United States Championship finally be defended in a one-on-one open challenge. Whoever comes out right now gets the chance to fight for the United States Championship. And I think it's pretty obvious why this man would be making his way to the ring for a United States Championship match. This man, of course, being an Olympic gold medalist, winning that Olympic gold medal for the United States tonight, looking to add yet another United States achievement to his name. And you gotta believe that being the only Olympic gold medalist in professional wrestling is the biggest honor to possibly have, but I guess it's not. I guess the biggest honor in the United States is being the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling United States Champion, and at least that's what it means to the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle right here, who is the first man to make it known that he wants to be the United States Champion. And who is this man going to be going up against? Oh man, this is going to be something special. Folks, have you ever seen a pick-fed take a most recent Elite set or WWE Legends set and have them go one-on-one against one another? Well, you're about to see that as Legends Series 26 Carlito, WWE's Carlito, is about to make his way out to the ring right now. And Carlito is the man looking to answer the challenge against Kurt Angle and hopefully win the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling United States Championship. Folks, Carlito, one of the youngest wrestlers to come out of the Caribbean. This guy is truthfully Caribbean cool as he comes out with that bright, shiny red apple that I'm sure he is more than willing to spit in the face of Kurt Angle here tonight, but hopefully we won't see any of that, and we will see just a downright wrestling match here. I would love to see some technical wrestling between these two for the honor of the United States, but I don't know. Something's telling me with Carlito's track record, this might not be as right down the middle as we will hope. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with this United States Championship match. Folks, and here we go, United States Championship action as these men are set to go one-on-one right now. And as the bell sounds, Kurt Angle just seething at the mouth with these shots here. Kurt Angle has just been dying to get his hands on Carlito from the second Carlito walked through that curtain. But Carlito now with the upper hand. Kurt Angle, he had his eyes set on Carlito, but that just costs him now as Carlito with that DDT getting the upper hand here and taking control in this one as he goes off the ropes with a big old neck breaker there to the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. And now Carlito slowly starting to get back to his feet, looking to use some of that aerial offense here. Double springboard into that flipping senton onto Kurt Angle there, and only a 2 count. Man, you got to believe that was very close as now Carlito off the ropes catches him with that knee and a jumping clothesline. And now he's got him in the chin lock, just getting this thing started. Wearing down the body of Kurt Angle, exactly what you got to do to a man like Kurt Angle. He's so intense. Any second you can get him out of his own head, I guess you could say, is a good thing here. And with this twisting suplex there by Carlito, yeah, whenever you throw a guy like Kurt Angle off his game, you got to really stay on top of him. I mean, this is a guy who, the second he throws out that intensity, although it could cost him, he is willing to use it full force at you, and that's never a pretty sight. With Carlito now standing in the ring, look at this, over the top rope, out onto Kurt Angle there. Like I said, right there, Carlito keeping the fight to Kurt Angle. That's probably the best thing to do, not letting him bring out that intensity, as now Carlito here has Kurt Angle with a jumping, a big old elevated flatliner there, not a jumping, as now he's onto the outside springboard yet again, but gets caught this time around. Oh no, here we go. Kurt Angle with that belly-to-belly there. And he catches him with that clothesline. This is that intensity I'm talking about. Kurt Angle, angle slam, no. Roll up, 1, 2. Only a 2 count there. Carlito so quick there, able to catch Kurt Angle off of that intensity. But now Carlito, here we go. This is what I was talking about. With that apple, no. Kurt Angle, German suplex. And you can see the remnants from that apple spit out of the mouth of Carlito. Look at O'Connor roll. But no, he gets caught. And one last big old German suplex by Kurt Angle. Oh no, and now Kurt Angle has Carlito where he wants him. Angle slam. Here is that intensity of Kurt Angle. Oh no, you know that's not good. When you hear a primal scream like that, here is that ankle lock. Kurt Angle's got Carlito right where he wants him. This could be exactly what he needs to punch his ticket for that United States Championship. Oh, and he grapevines it. All he's got to do is get Carlito to tap out here. Oh my God, Carlito, he's so close. You could just see it in his eyes. He's seething with pain. Carlito's got to tap out here. Kurt Angle is looking to break that ankle. Just tap already, Carlito. You've proved your point. This title cannot mean that much to you. My God, he's got to tap out. He's got to tap out, but the heart of America's on his mind, but not for long. There it is. Carlito finally taps out. And thankfully so, because I don't know how much mercy Kurt Angle would have had left to show to Carlito there. He was getting ready to rip that ankle right out of the socket. My God, ladies and gentlemen, Kurt Angle, your new and first ever United States champion. The man with the Olympic gold medal is now able to represent this country strong here in Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling. My God, and you got to believe this is the perfect man to become the first ever Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling United States champion. But thankfully, wait a second, Gunther, folks, that's the music of Gunther. I was getting ready to say, thankfully the referee was taking a look at Carlito's ankle, but as I was saying that, by the looks of it, the ring general is going to make his way out here, folks. What the heck could Gunther possibly want with the United States champion? Could it just be to prove a point? Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Gunther, the ring general, a man who I feel like for a lot of people see as a dream opponent for Kurt Angle. This is a guy who I feel like a lot of people would love to see just go one-on-one with Kurt Angle in that ring. My God, the intensity of both of these men in that ring would give us such a clash that I don't know if we would even be ready for it, folks. But it looks exactly like what I was saying is true. Gunther wants a shot not only at the United States Championship, but at Kurt Angle as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here. Hey guys, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling YouTube video. I just wanted to take this time to thank Ringside Collectibles for all that they've done for the action figure community when it comes to wrestling. If it wasn't for these guys who started it all, we wouldn't be able to get our hands on a lot of the figures you see nowadays. Now, I'm not sponsored, nor do I have a discount code by any means, but I just wanted to take this time to thank them because, again, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't see a lot of what we do today. So go ahead right at the end of this video, or hell, even while you're watching this video, and check out ringsidecollectibles.com or wrestlingfigures.com for the most up-to-date wrestling figures in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Pick Fed, and right now, we are going to have a match between Dragon Lee and Pete Dunne. Dragon Lee was the man who got screwed over by Dominic Mysterio in that Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Light Heavyweight Championship match. And Pete Dunne was the guy who tried making a name for himself after said match. And now both of these men are going to go one-on-one. Eric Bischoff decided it'd only be right that this contest be a #1 contender shot for said Light Heavyweight Championship that is currently held by Dirty Dominic Mysterio. As we saw in the very first episode of the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Pick Fed Eric Bischoffs episode, Dirty Dominic Mysterio became that Light Heavyweight Champion, and now he's going to have to defend that championship against either this man, Dragon Lee, or this man about to make his way to the ring, the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. And what a way to make a name for yourself, going straight after the champion after he wins the championship. But before he even got the chance to do so, he was halted by Perro Aguirre Jr. And we saw a very disgusting display from Perro Aguirre attacking a man, blindsiding a man when he wasn't even ready for it. But this time around, Pete Dunne will be ready for it. This time around, Pete Dunne will not be hit blindsided. Like I said earlier, it's only fitting that these two fight one-on-one. Both of these men screwed over in some way or another. Pete Dunne screwed over on the chance to make an impact here and tapped out in pro wrestling, and Dragon Lee screwed over at the chance to become the first ever tapped out the pro wrestling light heavyweight champion. But now these two looking to settle it and settle who deserves to be that man to take it to Dominic Mysterio, who deserves to be the first man to get their revenge on Dirty Dom. And I wonder who it's going to be between these two men. I mean, you got to think it's going to be pretty even. Both of these men relatively well known within the wrestling business, known for having somewhat of the same status in the wrestling world. Being around just as long, being around... Wait a second! Here comes Dominic Mysterio! Speaking of the tapped out the pro wrestling light heavyweight champion, here he comes now! And of course, you probably know he's not going to come out here alone. I mean, I wouldn't think he would, especially with two men who hate him the most at this point right now. But Dirty Dominic Mysterio is probably coming out here. Yeah, here comes Perro Aguayo Jr. and Rhea Ripley. He's probably coming out here to see exactly what he is going up against. I mean, like I said, either of these two men are going to get the chance to fight Dirty Dom. So Dominic probably wants to see what these two men are capable of. And he's going to get exactly that. Look at Dirty Dominic, relaxed, all relaxed at the top of the entrance stage, but he won't be for long once he finds out who wins this contest, as here we go. Both men getting ready to start this one off. Feeling each other out. Here we go for the lockup. Dragon Lee, Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne now with the upper hand, going for that wrist lock. Has Dragon Lee in trouble. Dragon Lee, though, able to roll through, nips up, catches him here. Dragon Lee now with a wrist lock of his own. He's got Pete Dunne right where he wants him, but Dunne, no! Pete Dunne able to nail him with that forearm there. Pete Dunne fighting a little bit dirty, and this is exactly how Pete Dunne fights all of the time, with that boot to the face. He's a heavy hitter, he's a striker, and all of these strikes are strikes that are gonna wear Dragon Lee down. That's exactly what Pete Dunne is trying to do here. Wear Dragon Lee down and get him exactly where he wants him. As now Pete Dunne taking the arm to the back now and really stretching that thing. Dragon Lee, though, able to get out of it with that arm drag. And look at this, Hurricane Rana, no! Gets caught with that power bomb on the apron by Pete Dunne. And an X-Plex as well, just to put the exclamation point on it. A big old X-Plex on that apron there, just wearing down the back of Dragon Lee. My God, can Dragon Lee even continue after that one? I'm sure all of the wind at this point is just knocked out of Dragon Lee, but he somehow gets back in the ring. Somehow able to find his way back in the ring as Pete Dunne continuing the attack here with that knee to the gut. And look at this drop down there by Dragon Lee, up and over, catches him, tilt-a-whirl DDT. Pete Dunne is in trouble, gets caught with that super kick, and now Dragon Lee, no! So close there, Pete Dunne now on the apron, catches him with that kick to the shoulder. And now Pete Dunne looking to go high, springboard moonsault to the floor. My God, you can hear the thud as both men hit the concrete here. Well, I should say the wooden floor. As now both men are back in the ring somehow after that one. Dragon Lee and Pete Dunne. Big old chop to the chest there by Dragon Lee as he heads to the top. Look at this flip, but gets caught with that sit-out powerbomb. 1, 2, and only a 2 count. But Pete Dunne not stopping there, misses that forearm, but Dragon Lee able to fight back. Up and over, catches him. My God, Dragon Lee is a fighter. Even when you think you've got him down, he just keeps fighting. As now Pete Dunne back to his feet, gets caught, but no! I thought that was it right there, but Pete Dunne looking for the bitter end. But wait a second! What is that thing? Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, the Beast Mortis! Beast Mortis is here! What is he doing here? Oh no, you've got to be kidding me. Is he another man joining this Dominic Mysterio army? No, you've got to be kidding me. This monster of a man, this
beast of a man, is now on the side of Dominic Mysterio. You've got to be joking me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now the Tapped Out the Pro Wrestling Light Heavyweight Champion has all of the firing power he could ever want in his arsenal. What is everyone in the Tapped Out the Pro Wrestling Light Heavyweight Division going to do now? We'll find out on the next episode. Well, I should say on the next part, ladies and gentlemen, of this episode.
Hey there, Tapped Out the Pro Wrestling fans. This is Dylan from the Talkin' Wrestling Podcast. We give you a weekly deep dive into all things professional wrestling. I'm more of an old school wrestling fan who still gets chills thinking about Hayabusa's high-flying moves, and yeah, I still miss the chaos of ECW and the old school feel of Smoky Mountain.
And I'm Lissy, more of a modern wrestling enthusiast. I lean a little bit more towards AEW, though you can catch me still following WWE as well. I'm all about the elite. Kenny, Hangman, Jack Perry, the Bucks, all of them. They keep the biz alive for me, as well as brought me back kind of like Pepsi Phil 7 years after coming back.
That's right. We're here to talk about everything from classic wrestling history to the most modern angles in the wrestling world. Whether it's the top stories from WWE, AEW, the Indies, if it's pro wrestling news and or history, you're bound to discuss it.
We love discussing it all, from today's biggest stars like Kenny Omega, you know, the best bout machine, to those hardcore legends like Mick Foley or Cactus Jack or Mankind or even Dude Love. Well, you know, whichever one of those. But if you're looking for insight into the past of wrestling, the present of wrestling, or even our thoughts on the future of wrestling, or even if you just need some wrestling therapy, we're your go-to.
Oh yeah, in every episode, we make sure to highlight a Wrestler of the Week, which you can see the list of everyone we've chosen in the past on our Instagram. One of the greats, whether it's someone who changed the game or someone who pops in our head. And don't forget, we kick off each show with a quick check-in about our week. Nothing too fancy, but it gives you a little peek into what we're up to with your backstage pass.
Yep, and that just adds a little personal touch, so it feels like we're all hanging out together, whether you're driving, working, or just relaxing. So if you have the time on your hands in this terrible economy, after watching this Tapped Out the Pro Wrestling video, give us a view and hit that subscribe button. But make sure you don't leave this Tapped Out the Pro Wrestling video. Bryce told me to say that. You'll get all the juicy commentary, fun debates, and maybe a little bit of nostalgia from us. Who knows?
A little. I think that's every episode. So remember, whether you're old school or modern, we've got something for every wrestling fan. So stay tuned and let's keep the conversation rolling, baby.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this part of the Tapped Out the Pro Wrestling Pick Fed episode. Folks, right now, we are going to see the man who, on the last episode, made it pretty well known what this man has his sights set on, and that's being the best that this promotion has to offer. Ladies and gentlemen, the Heartbreak Kid. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Already in the ring, we have the Hurricane and his opponent, making his way to the ring from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in tonight at 225 pounds, being accompanied by Big Daddy Cool Diesel, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Folks, we're going to see right now what Shawn Michaels, who's flanked by Diesel, is truthfully made of as he makes his way for his debut match here tonight. Shawn Michaels, one of the greatest competitors to step in the ring, now getting the chance to step in a Tapped Out the Pro Wrestling ring, and I cannot wait to see what this man not just has to offer here in this match, but in every match going forward. I cannot wait to see the countless dream matches we're going to see with this man. Dream matches, dream bouts, matches we never thought we'd ever get to see. Shawn Michaels is one of those high-flying athletes who a lot of men dream to step in the ring with, but all of those dreamers are now going to get the chance to step in the ring with somebody like the Heartbreak Kid, because the Heartbreak Kid is right here in Tapped Out the Pro Wrestling. But folks, we're about to get this one-on-one contest underway as Shawn Michaels takes on the Hurricane here. Both men making their debuts as Shawn Michaels shot to the face, and he nails him with that big old body slam there, and an elbow to boot. Shawn Michaels already just staying on top of the Hurricane here, just keeping the fight to him with a straight shot to the face. And now Shawn Michaels has the Hurricane right where he wants him, just really wearing him down here. Just showing the Hurricane that at any point he can end this. He's just taking his time with him. He's toying with him here. He's playing with this dinner before he finishes off the meal here. Because Shawn Michaels knows for a fact that he can finish off the Hurricane any second here, but now take a look as Shawn Michaels heads to the top rope with an elbow drop and off the ropes, and he nails him with that flying forearm there. Like I was saying, he knows that he could end this at any point, but he's just playing with his prey as now the Hurricane rolls to the outside as Shawn Michaels starts to distract the referee, but no, my God. And even though he knows full-heartedly that he could beat the Hurricane, I guess he just wants Diesel to get in some here. As now Diesel jackknife powerbomb to the floor. You've got to be kidding me as Diesel jackknifes the Hurricane on the floor. Man, like I was saying, although Shawn Michaels knows he has this thing won, he's just, he's giving his little buddy some taste there. He's giving his little buddy a little bit to taste and try out. And look at here, Shawn Michaels tuning up the band. Sweet chin music, there it is. And now Shawn Michaels finally putting this thing to an end as he pins the Hurricane. There we go. Shawn Michaels showing exactly why he deserves to not just be here and Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling, but why in his mind he should be the #1 contender. There's a lot of people who believe in their minds that they should be the #1 contender. But now, Shawn Michaels just showed why he thinks he should be. My God, there's so many people who want that championship shot. Wait a second! What is this about? Folks, the lights have went out in the building. I can't see a thing. I don't know what any of it... Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. The Pearl of the Orient. The Great Muta. The Great Muta is here. And he missed Diesel. Oh my God. Spitting that mist into the face of Big Daddy Cool. He was trying to get his hands on Shawn Michaels. Bam! Shining Wizard. My God, ladies and gentlemen, the Great Muta, the Pearl of the Orient is here. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Great Muta looking, he has his sights set on the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. He wants to prove to Shawn Michaels that this man is not the best wrestler here on this brand. Great Muta is one of the best wrestlers here on this brand. And I am so happy to say that now the Great Muta is the newest addition to Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling. Folks, well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we'll have to see where this thing goes. Hopefully Great Muta will get his hands on the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. But folks, up next, it's time for our main event.
Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling fans, I want to introduce to you a man who quite frankly doesn't need an introduction. A man who I personally handpicked from the land of Japan to have here in this promotion, someone who can hang with the heaviest hitters. Folks, this man at one point was able to hold his own in an actual shoot MMA bout with Ken Shamrock, the world's most dangerous man. Well, not anymore.
This man is a former AJPW World Tag Team Champion, a former All-Asia Tag Team Champion, a former DDT Universal Champion, a former GHC Heavyweight and Tag Team Champion, a former IWGP Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion, a former Never Openweight and Never Openweight 6-Man Tag Champion, an NJPW King of Pro Wrestling Champion, a former rep for Unified British World and Tag Team Champion, a former ROH Television Champion, a former Tanger Project 6-Man Tag Team Champion, and a multiple times Triple Crown winner. Minoru Suzuki is one of the only men I'm legitimately scared of, and everyone here should be too. When Suzuki-san makes his TOTPW debut, every champion should be scared, especially the United States champion Kurt Angle. So I hope you're all ready for Suzuki to punch, kick, slap, submit, and punish all of his future competition.
やってみるかおいそれとも何かお前がやってみるかおいお前がやってみるかおいおい
Ladies and gentlemen, up next, it's finally time. The winner here faces Psycho Sid for the world title. Cody Rhodes and Ric Flair up next.
Look at these men. Look at the forever tag team champions. The two men who will never lose these championships. Big Bam Bam Bigelow, ginormous Big Van Vader. When looking at every tag team on our roster, what did you expect? If you're a betting man, then betting on us just won you millions. From this point forward, these two beasts will show the world why they're unstoppable. Vader and Bam Bam will take on all challengers. Anyone who believes they should be tag team champions. But we'll be stopped by these Mack trucks. And Sid Angle if nobody steps to the plate. We'll get bored and have to take your championships next.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final part of this episode of Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling, the Pig Fed. We are about to get underway with our main event of the evening here. As the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes is set to go one-on-one with the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And you all saw it earlier tonight when Cody Rhodes was trying to come out here and get Ravishing Rick Rude to come out to the ring so these two can finally settle their beef. Ric Flair was the one to come out and answer Cody Rhodes. And Ric Flair made it very well known that he wanted to be next in line for the Tapped Out Pro Wrestling World Championship. But Cody believes that he deserves his rematch after being screwed over by Ravishing Rick Rude in his match with Psycho Sid for the Tapped Out Pro Wrestling World Championship. But now, folks, Cody Rhodes, if he wins this match, he is one step closer to finally getting his hands on Psycho Sid and that Tapped Out Pro Wrestling World title that realistically, rightfully should be his. Cody Rhodes never lost that championship. Cody Rhodes never lost that match. He was screwed over. It should have ended by disqualification the second that the referee got knocked over. But of course, we all saw what happened. We shouldn't keep bearing on the past. We should be talking about right here, right now, and how two of the greatest professional wrestlers are getting ready to step in this ring right now. We should talk about how one of the greatest from the future in Cody Rhodes, one of the greatest from now in the future, Cody Rhodes, is set to go against one of the greatest from the past, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And we all know the Nature Boy Ric Flair has had countless battles with Cody Rhodes' father, Dusty Rhodes. We all remember the countless battles that those two have had. And as Ric Flair even stated earlier tonight, he can't believe that Cody Rhodes' father is the same guy who fought off all of the members of the Four Horsemen. He can't believe that somebody who couldn't even take it to Ravishing Rick Rude and Mr. Perfect is now trying to do so against Ric Flair. We'll see if Ric Flair is going to take Cody Rhodes lightly. And if he is to take Cody Rhodes lightly, that could be the costly mistake that Ric Flair can make in this match. But who knows if he's even going to make one? I mean, this is the Nature Boy we're talking about. This is one of the most perfect, one of the most complete professional wrestlers in the world today. This is a guy who has beaten some of the greats to become the great. Folks, in a lot of people's minds, this is a dream match. This is a match that a lot of people I know for certain would love to see happen one-on-one. Cody Rhodes and the Nature Boy Ric Flair in his prime. And I was going to say we're about to get that with no interruptions, with no shady business here, but Hulk Hogan is coming out here, folks. Possibly the biggest interruption of them all, Hulk Hogan, ladies and gentlemen, the immortal Hulk Hogan. As he stated earlier tonight, he was going to have Cody Rhodes back, whether Cody wanted it or not. And I guess this is exactly what he meant by that. As now Hulk Hogan is in fact out here to watch the back of Cody Rhodes, I guess. I mean, that's the only thing I could think he'd be doing out here. But Cody is more than likely not too happy to have this man watch his back. Yeah, you could just see it. You could just see it in Cody Rhodes. He is not too thrilled and not too amused about the fact that Hulk Hogan wants to help Cody Rhodes here. But folks, here we go. One-on-one action. Our main event starts now as both men go straight into the lockup. And both men teetering for position here. Only one man can win out of this lockup position. And here we go. Cody Rhodes gets the headlock there. Cinches it in nice and tight. Takes him down. Headlock takeover there by Cody Rhodes. Taking Ric Flair down. Flair in trouble here. As now Flair flat on his face. I'm sure Cody Rhodes doesn't necessarily want to win this by knocking Ric Flair out with this headlock here, but Ric Flair gets him back to his base, sends him off the ropes, but rolls outside. Ric Flair not even taking a second to mess around with Cody Rhodes. And he's just trying to do everything he can at this point to just piss Cody Rhodes off. He is staying on the outside of the ring for as long as possible, as long as it just sets Cody Rhodes off even more. And now he's coming over to say some words to Hulk Hogan. You know, Ric Flair's probably not too happy that Hulk Hogan made his way out here. We all know Cody Rhodes isn't happy about it with this suicide dive. We all know Cody Rhodes isn't too happy about Hulk Hogan being out here, but you would have to think that Ric Flair feels the same way. As Cody Rhodes just throws all caution to the wind with that suicide dive there out onto Ric Flair. And now as both men are back in the ring, here we go. Ric Flair, thumb to the eye. You've got to be kidding me. Man, the dirtiest player in the game, showing exactly how dirty he can get with that thumb to the eye there. But it's exactly what Ric Flair would do. Oh, man. And it's what he does best with these nasty chops to the chest. Just making Cody Rhodes' chest beat red at this point. And now Ric Flair trying to show some of that technical prowess. Look at this. Beautiful stalling suplex. He's got him up there for a while, folks. Beautiful. He probably could have kept him up there all night. And now take a look here. Ric Flair off the ropes, dropping that knee. Ric Flair known for his signature knee drops. He now has Cody Rhodes where he wants him as he backs him up straight into this big old back suplex. Ric Flair's almost got him here after that back body drop, but no. Only a 2 count there. I thought Ric Flair might have had him. But now both men back to their feet. Shot to the gut there by Flair and another chop to the chest. But that just wakes Cody Rhodes up with these shots as he sends him off the ropes, and a disaster kick there from Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes now just got woken up by the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Right behind him, goes for the crossroads, but no, Flair to the back as he's backing him up into the referee. Flair intentionally, oh my God. Flair intentionally backing himself and Cody Rhodes up into the referee so he can nail that low blow on Cody Rhodes, but Hulk Hogan isn't going to stand for this one, folks. Hulk Hogan looking to have the back of Cody Rhodes here as he's up on the apron, but what's he going to do? Look at this, Cody Rhodes, Irish whip, no! Oh! Ric Flair! Ric Flair just Irish whipped Cody Rhodes into Hulk Hogan. Hogan didn't see who it was, and he punched Cody Rhodes in the face. And now look at this, Ric Flair's got him right where he wants him. Did Hulk Hogan just cost this match for Cody Rhodes? You've got to be kidding me. He might be going for a pile driver, but no Cody. Cody's feeling the electricity. Bam, with that big old back body drop. And now Cody Rhodes, back to where he was before, has him right where he wants him. Cody Rhodes, crossroads to Ric Flair. And that's got to be in 1, 2. Yep, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Cody Rhodes has just defeated Ric Flair and now will get his shot, yet again, his rematch against Psycho Sid for the Tapped Out Pro Wrestling World Championship. And thankfully so, ladies and gentlemen, Cody Rhodes was not screwed out of his opportunity. He ended up winning it right back here tonight against the Nature Boy Ric Flair, but it almost was at a cost in a way. Hulk Hogan almost cost him this match. Hulk Hogan was able to catch Cody Rhodes with that punch when he was trying to nail Ric Flair with it. He caught Cody right on the jaw, and that realistically could have been it for Cody Rhodes right then and there, but Ric Flair wasn't able to capitalize, luckily. It's not every day you see an ultimate opportunist like Ric Flair not able to capitalize on something so huge like that. Like, honestly, I'm kind of shocked that Ric Flair just didn't, low blow him, get him in that figure 4 and go for the win right then and there. But look at this. You can see the animosity as Cody Rhodes just seething right now walking away from Hulk Hogan. He's pissed that he punched him in the face, and I don't blame him. Oh, and now look at this. Are these two going to get into it? Are we going to see a fight for the ages here? Are Cody Rhodes and Hulk Hogan going to get into it? No, you've got to be kidding me. Ravishing Rick Rude and Mr. Perfect, whose appearance we have not seen all night here, ladies and gentlemen. Rick Rude with the Rude Awakening on the floor. No, my God. We got to check on Cody's neck. That could have just broken his neck right there. Hogan got thrown into the steps. Cody just got the Rude Awakening. You've got to be kidding me, ladies and gentlemen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for our main event. These sons of bitches, man. Cody, Rhodes, and Hogan, they got to do something about this. Rick Rude and Mr. Perfect have pretty much just taken over the show at this point. I mean, every episode ends with them doing something that they want. They run this place, not Eric Bischoff. You've got to be kidding me, folks. Well, the beautiful main event, Cody Rhodes got the upper hand. He's going to be the one to get the one-on-one title match with Psycho Sid, not Ric Flair, and thankfully so. But what's going to happen next week now that Hulk Hogan just jabbed Cody Rhodes in the face like that? Folks, I don't know. I will see you guys on the very next episode of Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling.